In today's Farm Report, producers have a little over 2 weeks until the deadline to sign contracts with the new programs through the 2014 Farm Bill. Dan Martins with the University of Minnesota Extension Service Office has more.
Seems good again today to offer a reminder about a couple of USDA FSA office deadlines for September 30th, 2015. One deadline is to have contracts signed for 2014 Farm Bill, crop programs, PLC, and ARC. The final step in the crop program was to sign a contract, and that signing started on June 17th. So if you aren't sure whether you have all the crop program paperwork done, call your FSA office to be sure. Where payments are being calculated for the 2014 crop year, that would be made this fall. The final contract paperwork has to be done by September 30th. The second deadline on September 30th is for dairy producers to select the margin coverage level they want to use for the 2016 calendar year related to the Dairy Margin Protection Program. The Minnesota Milk Producers Association is hosting 4 regional workshops with Maren Bozek, U of M dairy economics specialist, to discuss factors to consider in making the 2016 MPP decisions. This workshop will be held at the Freeport Community Center in central Minnesota this week on Wednesday, September 16th. Other locations include Perham on Thursday, September 17th, and Rochester Friday, September 25th. Pre-registration is encouraged to assist adequate planning. Call the Minnesota Milk Office at 1-877-577-0741. Preferably a couple days ahead of the date that works for you. So today would be a good day if you know you're aiming to attend at Freeport. And if you don't know until you finish chores on Wednesday morning, you're still more than welcome to attend. All workshops are scheduled with registration at 10 a.m. and the program running from 10:30 to 12:30. Registration will be $10 and a lunch at the end. I'm pretty confident Maren will offer some practical discussion about how dairy producers might think about this program related to 2016, as well as insights that might be gained with the decision tools that are posted at the dairymarkets.org website. For those who have enrolled in the program and don't indicate their preference by September 30th, my understanding is the farm will be put in the basic $4 margin coverage option for 2016. I've heard a measure of disappointment about how things are turning out for 2015. Dairy farmers have taken a significant drop in milk prices during 2015, but the margin protection program has returned very little, only a sliver on the top end of the coverage options where people spent a lot of money on premiums. Reviewing last year's discussion about the program and forecasts for 2015, it's really turned out pretty similar to projections. It's important to remember that the margin protection program is primarily driven by how you think about insurance and the need for insurance on your farm related to the margin between the price of milk and nationally calculated feed costs. I'm Dan Martins with U of M Extension, and I hope you're doing well with the things you're trying to get done today and safely.
Catch the latest in local farm news with me, Scott Colombe, at 6:35 a.m. and 4 p.m. here on AM 960 KLTF or online anytime at fallsradio.com.
I don't think we saw a lot of game changers here.
The comments of the Agriculture Department's chief economist Rob Johansson after looking at Friday's round of USDA crop reports. However,
our expectations for the soybean yield is pushing towards the upper end of the trade expectations.
And that did cause November soybean futures to fall by about 5.25 cents at the Chicago Board of Trade. USDA raised the expected average soybean yield by 0.2 of a bushel from its August forecast up to 47.1 bushels an acre, taking production up to 3.94 billion bushels. Many analysts had thought USDA would bring the soybean forecast down, not up. And for corn, USDA did bring that production forecast down by a little less than 1% to almost 13.6 billion bushels, 4.4% less than last season. Corn futures reacted with December corn up 8.5 cents right after the report. USDA also adjusting its 2016 corn price forecast.
We pushed up our expected corn price by about 10 cents.
Up to $3.75 a bushel. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Washington.